So now I want to talk about some of the changes you're going to find inside the 2017 Highlander. Let's start off with the multi-information display. It looks very familiar to the display that we had in the 2016 model, but since there's some new standard equipment, we've made some changes. Of course, since this vehicle has Toyota Safety Sense as standard equipment, it's going to have a lane departure screen. It also now has a stop and start technology screen, which is going to show you if you're on a standard mode or an extended mode for stop start. An extended mode is going to allow the stop portion of that technology to last longer, allow the engine to be shut off for longer periods of time, also reduce the output of your climate control system. Standard is going to not allow that engine to be off for too long. It also is not going to affect the performance of your climate control. Of course, you can shut that entire system off with a button on the left side of the dashboard. It looks like a capital A with an arrow around it. Now, if you do shut that system off, it will have to be shut off every time you restart the car if you never want stop-start technology to work. If I also continue on this screen, on my settings screen, I have a few new things. Since, of course, Safety Sense is standard, I can adjust aspects of Toyota Safety Sense. I also have my blind spot monitor on and off now here on my multi-information display. There is a power mode now for the Highlander located in the multi-information display. Power mode is going to allow the accelerator pedal to be a little more sensitive, also reprogram the transmission to hold gears longer so the car has a more responsive feel as you're driving. That, of course, has to be also turned on every time you restart the car if you want to drive it in power mode all the time. It will also reduce overall fuel economy if you keep it in power mode. And I can adjust my stop-start settings from my settings screen as well. If I look over here to the steering wheel, two new buttons on the steering wheel, of course, since we have standard Safety Sense, my distance button for my dynamic radar cruise control, as well as my lane departure on and off button right here on my steering wheel. If I move up here to my head unit, a couple of things that have been added. One being the fact that I have an 8-inch screen now on an LE Plus and above. It used to just be XLE. I also now have the 360 camera standard on all Platinums. That's also going to be a button here on the left side of the dashboard. Looks like a coffee cup. If I hit the button, it turns on my view for 360 camera, so I can get a 360-degree view of the side of the vehicle. I can get a 360-degree view of an overhead view of the vehicle. Also, when I put the vehicle in reverse, I get an overhead view as well as the backup camera, and I can change that as well, just a backup camera. And I can get a front view as well. Standard on all Platinums. Something else that's changed on all Highlanders is the addition of USB ports. I now have 5 USB ports in a Highlander, 3 in the front and 2 in the back. But let me tell you though, the 3 in the front, only the one on the left connects to the head unit. The other 2 are only for charging, and the 2 USB ports in the back are also only for charging. Great interior improvements on this vehicle, a lot of added technology on this vehicle. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. Thanks.